ये जी जी, कल मैं लगा दूंगा जी। आप ही का नंबर है ना जो दिया है 74? This Barabati Stadium, live between two teams, Rising Student Club taking it on Sports Odisha. One team led by Captain Rudra Prasad, Rising Star Club, whereas Sports Odisha led by Captain Nirmal Oram, and that's going to be a great contest between both teams as it's match number three at this venue. We've seen a great match before, but this is going to be a high voltage one. Sports Odisha invite, and we have the match officials Ashirbat Kanugu, Jyoti Ranjan Swan, Siva Prasad Samanti, Arjun Nayak. Sports Odisha in white we have, and in blue we have Rising Student Club. Both have got great teams. Your host today, Mohammad Suhaib. Stay tuned for this match as we'll just start proceeding for this one. Starting 11, we have Suraj Mins, Chandra Mohan Murmu, Mohammad Ashik PP, Rudra Prasad Pradhan, Mahesh Malik, Ankit Behra, Jansen Bandra, Choingin Frederick, Mohammad Nihal, Mohammad Niaz, Mohammad Roshan. And coach we have Sheikh Manzoor from Rising Student Club. Sports Odisha team lineup follows: Kwan Bajri, the goalkeeper; Nilmar Oram, the captain; Prem Piyush Bag, Ganesh Naik, Abhinash Kishan, Venkateshwar Oram, Chintu Nag, Shankha Shekhar Hembram, Arpit Zaza, Pintu Santa, Birsing Naik. From the substitute side, we have Ramaranjan Pedia, Sushanta Kubar Naik, Sushanta Kisan, Ajay Barwa, Shankar Bhoy, David Pratik, Nasiruddin Khan, Shiba Aram. And the substitute side, we have Krishna Behera, Nilesh Tigga, Aluk Kumar Das, Antu Tudu, Situ Prasad from Sports Studios side, Rava Maji, Devashish Ram, Sumit Kumar, Sham Hansda. That we have from the substitute lineup from both teams. As quickly we'll see the both teams coming up on the ground for this match. Stay tuned for this great content. Start of the play, whistle blows, start of action, and that will be great to watch which team dominates well. Both have a great, good lineup. Both teams followed by leading by two great captains. So far, they've been so impressive team in the tournament. Played a great game, as we've seen the early games which they have played with great immense power, with great faith. They've got a great team lining up as well, and that's where the pressure comes in. They wanted to start the game in that way. They wanted to provide that side they wanted to keep that same. Cross coming in, chance of an early one, and just dipping away on that line. That would have been in closest of all. It gets a fortune here for the Rising Student Club, but still they've got a corner. But well, it was so close to watch. It was marginally left with that inch, and now pressure would have been built on Rising Student Club. That's just the beginning, the start of the match. But yet we've seen this great thing happening up. We've seen this great impact, great coming up of all the things. Again, hitting that bar second time. Looked so good in that control. Tried it the second time, but still a good piece of defense line from the Rising Student Club as they've got it back in their way. They've got back in their side. Again, the second corner coming in back to back. In that interval, they've got two corners. And that's where they wanted to get it side. They wanted to show it up. And that's where they're falling apart. They wanted to provide it best. They wanted to look it in that same way. And that's where they're getting it up as good as they want. That's what they wanted to create, that pressure straight away into his hand. And he wanted to look so good for that point. And again, he wanted to come back strongly with that chance and change. Again, that's where they wanted to build that pressure, where they wanted to get it up. Straight again, calls it and then let it go. Good job done by Mohammad Roshan. And the way the captain has shuffled the players, he has shuffled the line. So good to go, good to watch this up. And that's they wanted to put that on that high note. They wanted to put on that safe side, safer one, which he wanted to draws it back, pulls it back easily. He wanted to call it as a easiest one, as he wanted to get it back, pulls it up. Again, I had with the clearance just going away with that point. and that's they wanted to get it up on that side. They wanted to show it up, and he takes it into his hand with that easy pass and inside that goal. And again, they wanted to come back with that action. They want to show it best. They want to provide where they can do it up, where they can call it up. And that's what they wanted to call it up. They want to kick it up, and that's where they wanted to keep the same. Again, that's back to back. They're trying to get that one mark. They just wanted to get back that position, wanted to get in that way. Cross coming in, they've got a chance, but just going away. Tried it hard to pull it back, and that's they wanted to get it up in that side, and that's where the time's ticking off. Somehow they wanted to reach up to that point. They wanted to reach at that side. They wanted to show it up, and that's where they want to call it up, taking that time, looking to put that pressure against Sports Odisha totally in dominating way. So far, the game, as per we have seen, led by Nirmal Oram, Parish Piyuba, Ganesh Nayak, Abhinash Kishan. These two great players are actually covering that region. They're providing their best, what best they can do. So far, dominating so well. But so far, both the teams have not been able to mark their goal. They've not get that position in. But somehow, Sports Odisha striking quickly to provide that breakthrough as they wanted to come back. Again, straight into that point. Again, wanted to go straight, could be a chance. And he's taken that one. Good job done by Kwan Bajra. No, it's Muhammad Rushan, the goalkeeper from the Rising Student Club. He does that good job in saving that. Otherwise, they would have been one trail, and that's where the pressure will start coming in that side, and that's where the game start going up as the time passes up. As they wanted to quickly, as the factors have been a little bit tough for both sides. As they wanted to be on that side, and that's where they wanted to keep that side up, looking to provide that touch, looking to pay with that one, quickly kicking that one away into that side, and that's where they wanted to pull it up, wanted to show up the best what they can do, what best it can happen with them, and that's they kick it away with that thing going up from the way. And again, they've got a chance. Kwan Bajra diving absolutely and then giving no chance. Kwan Bajra doing that magic. He was looking to come back. He was looking to close that one up. Wanted to commit the best, and that is why he's one of the best goalkeepers of the tournament. And this is a tough contest between these two teams. Let's see how long can they hold each other without that goal being scored from any of the side. See which team will break the shackles and create that chance. Looking to get that one and missing that in the end. It was a good pass. Everything was perfect. The execution did not meet up the requirement for that pace that he looks to move ahead with. And that's what they want to put that pressure, want to build that pressure, looks to seal that moment. And yes, in fact, they've got that inch. They've got that part. As this is not okay. Not completely okay. Kwan Bajra down. It's not Kwan Bajra, it's the player from the opponent side as we have to check it up. Is he injured or like is he okay to come up or is he require a physiotherapist? Jersey number 24 from their side as he's standing up. Muhammad Niaz, the man, found out to be there. Perfect one to watch this up going as the time is just ticking off. Time ticking off and off. and they want to clear that one up. Okay, that cross coming in with that shape, with that head and intercepting that, and in the end, you got it at last. All that thing's going in his way, and then he wanted to check that one up, looking to cross past this one from long range and just going it away. It was a chance where it looks there was possibility of getting it into that side. Yes, they wanted to show up the thing going in their way. They wanted to provide that if everything looks good, they wanted to show up the site, looking to ensure that they are on that great way. And as a side of a great way, want to ensure everything going same good, good to go with. And that's what they wanted to call it up, looking to put that one up. And that's why they want to be on that same way, looking to build that pressure up. And that's they wanted to be in that pressure, wanted to provide that touch. as it happens with that passing way, as it happens with all that great things shaping in that way. They wanted to ensure is everything all right. As since 22 minutes, both teams look in that same way to perform that thing in that same rhythm. To look at that side, look at that way. And that's where they wanted to show and get the right impact. That is a point where they wanted to put themselves a foot up, ensuring that they are high health, they are doing good, they're coming back with great intent, they're showing that great strategy. Both teams so good, so tough, high competing game it becomes, as never aside from a single side it was a foul or error. It almost looked completely shattered from both the ends, both the side, as they were completely clueless in that point. They wanted to show that up. They wanted to be great with that chance. All wanting to meet that part, to, to look for that same way, as they wanted to show it up differently with that different class. They climbed that one up. They checked that one up highly onto that side. They wanted to enhance that portion. They wanted to look round the way for that great touch. They wanted to put all the things up high. They wanted to set everything up and going way, parting the different. They wanted to call it up back, wanted to put it best, looking to provide that touch, and that's where the game goes. They wanted to be on that same point, and that's why they want to kick it back, and then that header coming in. It was a good one to watch the game slightly going high from both the sides. Never looks as from the single side. It's easier for each side as they've looked that side up. They wanted to show that side going up, and that's where they called it as difficult for both sides, juggling it up, taking that one jersey number 10, finding it hard, and then in the end, finally, the ball wins for the Sports Odisha side. They were able to crack that one up, trying to pass it. This game is becoming more interesting from both the sides as the time passes. It's become very good and tough for both the sides, both the ends, looking to dominate well, not giving an inch, not giving an error, just being so calm. Look at the timing from both teams. Siraj Niaz, Chandra Mohan, Mohammad Ashik, Mahesh, Malik, Ankit Behera, that strong lining up from Rising Student Club, Sports Odisha as well, strong hold at that competitive level. Nilmar Oram, the captain, no is mistake, no marginal error, and that's what they wanted to inside that one, and just it goes over. That was a good try. Almost did they reach to that point, almost a header, but it was little high onto that occasion. show it up back quickly, calling that one, wanted to improvise that one onto that same point, and that's where things happen. They wanted to look ahead, look aside, and then in the end, it passes it back to that point, and then he reaches out, could be a first one, and yes, he drops it back in the end. Rising Student Club marching onto that point, rising high with that celebration. Perfect one. No answer to Kwan Bajra this time. They've shatters the defense of the Sports Odisha. The strongest team in the defense line has no clue. Look at that kick coming strongly, jersey number 40. Absolutely plumped. What a great way! What a great way to watch this one up. What a great way to look at this point. It is a great, great way to watch things going in such ways. And again, straight into that point. And that's what where the game slightly tricks, and that's where slightly the game goes, and that's where everything happens out with all the best possible outcome. They wanted to ensure that things are not going good for Sports Odisha. They wanted to come back. They wanted a major breakthrough in this game to get a comeback. They wanted at any cost a good comeback from their point. They wanted a good comeback. They wanted it at any cost, as they were a little bit up to that point. Again, they wanted to kick it up. with time ticking off, they just wanted to be make sure that they're on the same way. As with that hint of a goal, they just look to get their action back. Boys in white. And that's for a while. Wanted to get that clearance, and yes, they've got it. In fact, they have put that pressure on them with that save coming in. And that's a brilliant way to go ahead. Look, that chance coming up. Sports Odisha somehow wanted to break that shackle, but it's little tough for them to break that forward line of Rising Student Club. This game has been so great in watching this with great tactics being followed by Rising Student Club as they wanted to let it through, but Sports Odisha as well have a special mark. They wanted to get everything being best from their end. They wanted to prove the best side they are. They wanted to show the world they are the best team in this tournament. Though they have got the goal, but they wanted a good comeback. They wanted a strong, good comeback from their end. And that's is somewhere they want to be in that pressure coming in, and they want to be on that page. They wanted to look back quickly, ensuring that corner coming in, and then that's a header, but still they've got that chance again. Fighting hard, but at the end, no answer to Sports Odisha to break that defense line of Rising Student Club. Back to back counter attack, still. And that's they wanted to put it back. And that is what they wanted to show it to the world. The best team they are. They want to put that one ahead. And still the time's ticking off. Time ticking off. They want that collusion. And that's referees checking up what is the thing that they can go ahead with. Sports Odisha are not happy with actually it looks out to be with that decision or Rising Student Club. But of course it looks out a free kick to be rewarded for that sake. And if it happens so, it will be a great way to watch this up. That free kick coming in, wanted to get a reward for this. Straight, but just going away. Just going away with that point. As completely they're back with that point. They wanted to go good with that thing happening up on that same way. They wanted to come back again. Wanted to ensure that they are looking good. A good major setback for both teams. 45 minutes of play, just hardly it's about to go with it. I'm not sure of how much additional time being given. Somehow Sports Odisha just wanted to get a goal in this half. They do not want to carry that lead with that trail in the second half. And that's what they want to close this first half on a high note. As a time just ticking off. And that's time just ticking off. They wanted that follow through, that breakthrough. They wanted to be on that same way. They wanted to provide that task. They wanted to provide that way. They wanted to ensure things are going same for that way. And in the end, they're just putting it hard and hard as they can, ensuring that things goes good for them. As it sounds to be a great commitment for that to be getting in. 2 minutes of additional time provided in this first half to go with. Throw in strongly. And no mistake from Sports Odisha this time, banking on perfectly with that. And that's where they're falling in that deep, deep trouble. Cross coming in, corner coming in from that side. As time just ticking off, it started raining as well. And that's in the news we have in the halftime. Rising Student Club with one lead ahead. Sport Odisha nil. Wanted to come back strongly in the second half, but a great performance from Rising Student Club. Rising high. And that's they wanted to come up, and that's will be back shortly. Just have a look for the stats part in play, what it is left in it. The 54% possession of ball from Rising Student Club, whereas 46% goes to Sports Odisha, 6 shot on target. Rising Student Club took with 3 shots. Sports Odisha shot on target 2 and 1. 1 and 1 save. 2 corners from Rising Student, 3 followed by Sports Odisha. 5 fouls and 6 fouls. No yellow cards and no red cards so far. Stay tuned. We'll back shortly for the second half. We are back shortly after this break. We'll be back into action. Both teams lining up. Rising Student Club and Sports Odisha. Just the start of play will be there. We'll be back as a great wave. These last 45 minutes will be the decider for each. And thus shortly we'll see this action coming in. Start of the play. Whistle goes. And that's the start of the play happen. And that's both teams wanted to mark their presence, wanted to mark their best, what they can do, so what they can bring into the table of a great thing. They wanted to look aside, they wanted to show up to the great expectation they have, and that's where everything counts. They wanted to be on that same side, safer side. And that's what they called it, as good as easy, as good as they like. Wanted to be on that great way, great story lineup, wanted to show it, and that's where thing goes up and it goes well for them. Wanted to be so much executed, a good planning and a great way to get things going in their way. And there it is, that clearance coming in. And that's what time ticking off. Both teams wanted to show that they are on that same way, wanted to lead the game, they wanted to be on a great way, of a great note, wanted to show it to their side. They wanted to lead the team, they wanted to be leading that team on a greatest side, wanted to show up what best they can do. As we clearly see, he's got an injury, he's got an injured part. He wanted to look it set, and that's where time ticking off. Quickly, we see the physiotherapist will come up at this point. and that's they wanted to call it up. They wanted to show it, and that's where thing going up. Things look great. Things look in great control. They look in great action, as they wanted to pull that one up again and then just going it away. And that's where the game goes on. They want to try it hard, as hard they can. They're just trying it hard, pushing it hard. They wanted to get it back. They want to try as hard as they can. Wanted to ensure that they does well. They get set each thing going good. They plan out thing perfectly. They pass through all things with great work. And that's they wanted to call it up, ensuring that everything goes well. They wanted to get things going good with all that time flowing up, and that's they wanted to call it up again. Try to put it hard they can. They want to make sure that they're doing good. Look at that point. For a while, as he wanted to pull it up hard, he wanted to take it up away from him, looking to shape it up quickly, and then in the end, he wanted to pull it back, try it hard, and then just misses that chance and opportunity. And that's where he wanted to take it a good call over there, and then rising to that point. In the end, he was looking to build that one up and go over to him, finding that space, finding that position up. And then in the end, he looks to try it hard and then he gets it banged on. That's a great way to work on with that phase. Looks to get that good pass coming in. Quickly one into his hand and a good clearance in the end. So coming close, then missing Sports Odisha. They were nearly about that point. But still, they've got an opportunity. They've got a chance to come back. They've got a golden chance to come back, a good one and a great one with that corner coming in. They do not want to lose this chance as a corner. They wanted to work hard, wanted to get back with all the best they can do is to get back onto that point, ensuring that they gets an equalizer at any cost. Pressure building high on them, pressure mounting on them, and that's a good kick straight and just going away this time. And that's he wanted to get it back up, wanted to show it up high, looking to play that one up, wanted to ensure that he gets it going, he gets on that same way. He wanted to show up that looks out to be good, and that's what he wanted to get it up, wanted to show it with that cross pass coming in, and then he wanted to kick that one up ahead, looks to pass it up, looks to choke that one up, and he wanted to get it through that point, looking to ensure that he is doing it rightly, he is doing it correctly with all that sense does it make and count to it. And then in the end, he draws it back, pulls it back up, and he wanted to ensure that things are on that same way, doesn't going away from that point. And he looks to get it ahead with the time ticking off, with all the things just going away from them, things going further and further from them. As yes, it looks quite in danger, quite in tough. Great chance, tough chance, great way. And he walked it out away with it, takes that opportunity in hand, and then in last he gets it banged on back, and he looks to choose that one up, and that's what he looks to imply that one up. He wanted to ensure that it hits that same way, wanted to ensure that it gets it banged on. And that's he wanted to carry that one up, looking to play with that stroke. He wanted to come back strongly with all that time he had in entire day. He wanted to look back, and that's what is a great challenge. The both teams look to find that way, but whereas it's so difficult, it is becoming for Sports Odisha to get come back as the time just ticking off with pressure being building onto them. But what a great way of defense from the Rising Student Club. They are not just giving an inch, not just giving it, so competitively playing this game, then allowing any mistake from their end, totally in control of the game. And Sports Odisha are just looking a little aggressive, little uncomfortable with what's going up. They're trying to provide the best. They're trying to go with every best possible outcome, but somehow they're losing that point. They're losing that attempt. And that's what they wanted to build that one up. Wanted to come back now with Sports Odisha as they've got close straight into his chance and straight into his way. And then he wanted to keep it up high onto that point. He wanted to ensure that everything is going perfectly right. They wanted to ensure that they are doing good, not allowing any inch, not providing any inch, just going perfectly with the timing, with the ending up of that line and length and that rhythm, just following through that chance, that change into that side as they wanted to get it through at any cost, any point, as they wanted to look forward for that same way. They wanted to end in that desperately way, need to look aside, look to have that point, and that's with time it takes. As they wanted to show it up hard, great with things coming up, and that's just an injury part coming in. Referee checking up is everything okay with it. At this, they and then he wanted to put it up hard, wanted to show it in the best way, and that's where thing comes in, and that's where it counts. It looks good for them, looking as sensational as it looks, turning it down, turning it up, and that's where they wanted to get it up with that chase, that great touch of joy, wanted to look easy. Free kick coming in with all the hopes to add a goal. He had a goal and a header in the clearance way. As a header with a clearance. That's what they look to steal the moment. And that's what they wanted to go ahead with. That again, that same one. And then as a reflection, we watched it that in the highlights session. What completely we were all about to watch this up, going with that same way. We look to watch this up. We look to watch this up going away. Things going away from them, looking a little dangerous from them as time quickly flies. As we see, there's an injury being replicated on that part, and that's where they wanted to get that pressure coming in from that sideways. And that's just going away with them. They're looking to try to put it hard, just wanted to ensure that they wanted to be on that same point. And that's the header coming in, just going away. And that's what the Sports Odisha wanted to draw it back up. Coming so close in the end, but could not getting that final finishing touch as they wanted to land it on that page. Again, that cross coming in, looking to get that point and then losing that one in the end. Just looking to try to build that pressure, waiting for that chance, waiting for that luckier charm, waiting for that moment as they wanted to come back up, showing that positive spirit, positive intent, but somehow just lapsing it down from him. Again, that into that side, and then again finding it back second time with that perfect corner, and then taking that lead up. Rising Student Club. And look at that moment. They have sealed this game, it seems out to be. Such a great touch, fully dominance, and then showing this as a great work, as a great thing. They did it completely well. Of course, tried to put it hard, tried to get it hard, and they've got it. Straight to his hand. That's where they want to pull it up. They want to keep it up back from that side. As somehow Sports Odisha completely lost it up, shattered with what has happened. Completely lost it with what has happened. Right? They wanted to get a good comeback. Again, is that the third one? Clinch of the call, and the referee says, and now we have to check it up. Is he giving that goal? It was a great, absolute stunner. All the way they are lagging behind. Things getting back to us for them. Jersey number 24 from from this side. This is Mohammad Niaz with that beautiful finish touch, taking that team to three. Completely dejected, shocked with what has happened. Sport Odisha. Completely, they've lost it, their rhythm. Completely, they've lost it, their shape for the entire match. It's time ticking off, time ticking off. They're just waiting, watching for them, looking to call that one up, looking to check that one up. And as quickly we see that point going from their favor, going from their side. Physiotherapist quickly coming up to check this one up. Game started up, time ticking off. They wanted to get something quickly, they wanted to get a comeback. Time just ticking off. Things going bad to worse for Sports Odisha. Completely, they have no answer to that defense line to block it up, to get it through, to get a goal. And that's all they needed to get that partnership with that good coordination of players. Trying to get that charge again, wanted to come back quickly, trying to build that pressure, trying to come back. Good pass. You see the passes accuracy dominantly been good in the game, and that's a major reason for them to be on that higher side of leading that team. And that's where the game's going. It's taking the shape, it's taking the time, but somehow they wanted to get that. They wanted to get that things coming up. They wanted to show the best what they can. Last 15-minute session hardly left with what a time to watch this one up. It was going high, wanted to get another one, and somehow they manages to pull it away. And they wanted to get in that quick pace. Got the ball back. Look at that possession. Fully in control, fully dominating. And that's what they wanted to bring it back up. They wanted to pull it up. Wanted to go for the fourth one. He's got his hand just flying away with his hand. As he just keeps the time, the clock's rolling from his hand. Corner will be taken with all the hopes to get one more on the board. Pressure full on Sports Odisha as they completely look out of control. They completely look out of their way as they wanted to get it up, get it best with cross coming in and a brilliant save as well. This time, again, back to back chances. And that's where they wanted to build that pressure. Things not going in all the way which they wanted to shine. Cross coming in, brilliant save. Absolutely brilliant save. And that's they wanted to come back with that cross coming in. Goalkeeper is down there, not sure is he okay. You have to check with the physiotherapist to look and come up front for that point. And that's where they wanted to fall on that part. And he wanted to come back strongly. 80 minutes play, last 10 minutes remaining, and that's what we see. What best we can see up here. Things not going in all the best possible way for the team. They wanted to ensure that they are doing it good, doing it great. With that level of a game, they wanted to come back strongly with that action calling up. They wanted to look that in that position, in that sort of time. They wanted to come back up. They wanted to call it as a hit of a giggle. Wanted to show it best of what all best they can do in order to come back. And yes, it's just going away from them. Things are going away and away from them. And that's where they wanted to call it up, wanted to show it best. Quickly, they want to manage that time, wanted to look up to the team point, and they wanted to show it up as hard as they can go, as long they want to carry that one. Some brilliant moment, brilliant passes we've seen so far. And that's where they want to end up that one. They want to take that one up. Just going it away from them, just going further and further. Things just falling away from them. They wanted to come back. They want to have a good one, of course. Though they wanted to ensure that they are doing it good. They're putting things good. They're dominating perfectly. They're putting all the task heavily onto their side. Just meeting the requirement up with that time. And then they wanted to clear it up, and yes, they did easily. Corner will be given, but surely they've eradicated that error, that chance for that goal. They pulled it back up as a side. They want to get it up. As we see that injury part. And that's how it takes time. They wanted to be on that same way. Pressure building on them. They wanted to show the best what they can do, what capabilities they have. And if they wanted to come back quickly, time just ticking off, things just going away from them further and further, it takes it down. Time just ticking off, and it's been a great play for the game for both teams. Have both have done that great work. Both have done that great timing, great strategy been implied from their end. They wanted to start there. beginning from that point. And that's header coming in from that way. That header coming up back again and again with that hint. Time just ticking off. It started raining as well, and that's a major part. They wanted to check it up. They wanted to look it back. What is the majority of the work? They wanted to let it go. They wanted to get it through, keeping it away from them. And that's where they wanted to let that up. They wanted to keep that one up high onto that point. They wanted to check that one up going through way, and that's they want to create that chance. They want to look over to that charge. They want to check in that same way. And that's not all right, as we see that physiotherapists too, people having a stretcher calling it up, and of course it's a severe injury, which is a reason we pray for the best help and a better recovery. And he sends them back. He is going off the field, but that's okay that he is walking there. No need for that stretcher. And then quickly that play of call will be resumed. Additional 6 minutes added, and that's been a okay part to watch it up. As time quickly passes, time quickly goes. Both teams, one team in totally good control. And then they wanted to kick that one up, set that one aside. and they wanted to get that space, wanted to get that one, and yes, they kicks it off. At least they want to add one header coming in, and a good clearance coming back in that quick time. As it is a matter of time where thing goes further and further from their side, and that's what they wanted to show it up to them. It was a great movement, a good mark. And that's where he wanted to get it back up. He wanted to show it up right, and he wanted to call it up as he wanted to steal that moment. He wanted to get that position in. He wanted to be back at that time. He wanted to be good at all the work that he's doing up. With time just ticking off, last 3 minutes to go. Still, they wanted to add one more and do not get that one. They did not want to end up this contest by three. They'll want to add somehow. It was a close chance, but at last they've missed that point. And that's in the end, wanted to get a good comeback. He wanted to provide that touch. And that's where thing comes and goes. And that's where they wanted to show it up. Time just ticking off with last 1 minute to go. And things not going perfect to the what admiration which team have Sports Odisha. Everything they are doing is completely they're losting with that point. And that's where they want to get it back last few seconds, and that's what the team Rising Student Club eagerly waiting for that moment to be in their side, falling in their side. They wanted to get it up, they wanted to get it back with all the hopes. And that's the winning count for the team in the full-time Rising Student Club Standing 3. Sports Odisha nil with this wonderful game we've seen. And that's in the possession side. We have the 59% Rising Student, 41 Sports Odisha, 13 shots taken by Rising Student Club, whereas 9 by Sports Odisha, 8 shot on targets and 6, 3 saves and 4 saves, 4 and 9 corners from the side, 8 fouls from Rising Student Club, and 8 fouls from Sports Odisha. 1 yellow card to Rising Student Club. That's all we have from the end this time. It was a great, wonderful match. And tomorrow we have 11 Club 3:30 p.m. versus YFC Chaudhar. And on the other hand, 5:30 p.m. we have Young Utkal Club versus Independent Club tomorrow at this venue.